All right, we are back with episode 158 of our Oxygen Not Included All Achievement Run. Welcome back, everybody. We have a lot to do today. I want to make sure that we are prepared for cooling down our other asteroid down here by all of the different crude oil. And we want to keep all these oil wells at the same temperature roughly. So that's where we are going to start our adventure today. We're going to start providing more super coolant over here to the other asteroid. So in order to do that, we need to stop the water from going through for the second time. I should have realized this at the beginning of when I had done this the first time and then not removed all of this. But that's okay, you live and you learn, so that's kind of what we're going to do in a moment. We also are going to work on some of the rockets. We're going to send probably this rocket out now that we have food inside of it. The other day it did not have any, and now, boy, do we have food, right? So what we're going to do, let's put the crew in here. Let's get some of the materials back. We're going to send them to go over to the gilded asteroid field right here, and that they're going to grab more of all of those resources and bring them back. So let's give that rocket a location. There we go. And then on top of that, we'll wait for the crew member to make it in there, and then we'll just kind of do some other things while we are waiting. The other rocket we are going to send, let me see, it's this one with the rover. We do have the rover module. We are going to send that rocket over here to the water asteroid. They're going to definitely require having another rover so we can prepare for our duplicant to be on site. So we want to have all this built, and when the rover gets here, we're going to continue to create the 3 tiles across the board all the way down to the bottom. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do that on this side. Put three sandstone tiles on this side with the rover. Hopefully we'll have enough. So, okay, so let's look at our main asteroid here. How does it look? What do we have? Everything looks good. I don't see anybody else. Launch. So we're just going to let that go right away. Whoosh. Away we go. Hopefully... Steve, why are you all the way up here? What are you doing, Steve? No, no, no. Steve, no, don't do that. Go back. We don't want... Okay, we're okay. Okay. Sorry, Steve. I was just trying to be cautious with the heat, because that is super hot, 2,000 degrees. That's as hot as this magma coming out of the volcano, right? So I would rather just not have anything happen to the duplicants because of that. So let's see, what do we have here? Pilot is boarded, cargo is complete. Let's take a last check. Let's look at the water. Water's fine. Good, 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 good. Okay, and then we have food. We do. All right. Back to the main spot. We know where we're going. Acknowledge the warnings. Cargo loading complete. We aren't loading anything, so we're going. All right, that's good. Let's go over here down to the super coolant that we have being sent over to the other asteroid. Let's look at this here. Okay. We're gonna pause it before we start this, and then let's go over to the piping here. Let's cut this off for a moment, and then we'll let all of that super coolant get sent over here, because we need to fill up the gaps here, right? The only thing, like a quality of life addition to this game, I think, would be how many pipe segments would be attached to this. Instead of having to count, I think that would be a really nice quality of life thing. Being able to see how many kilograms you actually need, that would be super helpful. But that's kind of why we put a reservoir in here. So if we go over the amount of supercoolant that we need for this whole loop, that it's just a simple way to provide cooling, right? Alright, let's go back to the other asteroid, check out. Okay, the supercoolant has been sent all the way. How much more do we have? Well, we got 4,400, and we are still making more, so that's a good amount, but I think we're gonna keep providing a little bit more. Okay, so one of the next few things that I want to kind of look at is, do we have any form of uranium here? I don't think that we do, but I want to just look at, number one, look at the power. Okay, we have a giant amount of things connected to this outlet right here. We could probably change this. We could change this one as well. Okay. And then how about, okay, these are all on their own. These are on their own with good reason. So what we could do is add one more. We're not using steel for that. Sorry, it's not happening. We'll use copper, up and over. How much is on here already? Okay, 15.35. So we aren't super close, but we're getting there on the amount of load that we have on the backbone. Okay. So the reason I'm putting this on here is if we want to add a radiation lamp here to help provide the amount of radiation we need to mutate these plants, that's probably going to take a little bit of work, so we may do that shortly. But we'll need to put the uranium ore over here first. Okay, let's go over here. Everybody's idle. Okay, start getting rid of some of these extra ladders then. Not completely necessary, right? Alright, let's get rid of this radiation lamp since we don't need it anymore. We don't need to keep Balm Lily in here, but I'm just going to let them keep growing. It's not really hurting anything. These are doing very well as well. Okay, let's take a pause and look at how much of the supercoolant did we get? Okay, 592 kilograms. I think we're gonna get a little bit over 1,000, and then that'll be enough. Let's move a little bit faster now that we have kind of things figured out in a good manner, right? Let's do poke shell spawns, oak shells. There we go. We don't have any pip eggs anymore, so let's get some more oak rows. That way we keep getting rid of all the polluted water, not polluted water, polluted dirt. Right, we had a bunch over here, and then we had a bunch here, using the auto sweepers for that, so it just drops it off and they just continually eat it and provide us with sand. Such a nice little thing to do. Okay, crude oil's looking nice. We've got a lot of those there. Okay, a little bit more super coolant. Let's check our rockets. Look at it, right after one another. Awesome. Okay. Let's do some checking up on all of our systems here. Our Volcano Tamer is doing really well. If we look at the temperature, everything is stable. Okay, even the temperature here is at negative 70 degrees because we're using hydrogen in here. We let it completely vent until it was, the high pressure vent was completely overpressured. So we put as much hydrogen in as we could in here to cool down all of the igneous rock as it gets sent through here. So if we watch, this is going to go nice and quick all the way through this loop and then into the polluted water loop on the other side. I'm just going to show it on showcase it this way. Okay, so all this polluted water, I haven't seen any issues with it getting too hot or too cold. It's not freezing, which is good. When we send it through this, we are keeping it pretty warm. We've changed the temperature a couple of times, and that's simply because we have a lot of cool area, like cool oxygen in the area. So this is just going to keep cooling down until it is done with, not done with, until it is a better temperature, right? So that's why all this is still getting pretty warm, because all of the igneous rock is cooling down as it's going through this entire section here. And that's okay, right? Like we are, it's totally fine that that is what's happening. If we wanted to take this a step further and cool it down even more, we could just put it behind this and go straight down, and then it'll cool it vertically instead of horizontally. That might be an option, but honestly, this is completely fine. We haven't had any issues so far. Another option would be to go down, over, and around in this vicinity, then down and up back into this right here. So I honestly, it's just dependent on how you want to handle the situation. What do you guys think? Would you just leave it like this, or would you change the temperature so it was colder? What would you do? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear, because this is an experimental build that worked out really nicely for us. So we have, oh wow, we are going to be full of igneous rock, which is great. Okay, let's go back down here. Let's check our blueprints. Package steel, you know, you can't say no to that. While we are at it, let's change this here, because it is always interesting to change that. Okay, how did the super coolant go? We are providing more and more. Okay, let's take a peek. Okay, we're at 1322, so what I'm going to do is turn this off now. Okay, we're not going to get rid of it. I don't think anybody's gotten any more. So we're going to turn that off now. We have 3,500 still. And what we're going to do is just check to see how much is in here. And then when we deconstruct the liquid reservoir, it's going to send it down here into this section in a moment. So let's look at our plumbing. Okay, all that piping is done. Let's deconstruct it, and then let's reconnect the water. We want to make sure that we are providing enough water to all of the different areas for the oil wells. So that's what we're going to do just for right now. We're not going to connect these reservoirs back up until we are absolutely certain that we don't need any more super coolant. Okay, so that was done. Let's pick up the super coolant, and then let's sweep it up so we can add it to our cooling situation over here. Oh, look at that. See, everything is starting to get nice and cold. I'm really hoping that we set this up right. So the next thing to do is let's mop up this crude oil. We're going to pull all the materials out of here. I think that would be one of the better things to do. I want to add another reservoir here for gas. Honestly, I want to do a couple. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we don't need it to be... We don't need that to be anything else. That's what we are going to do. We're going to add a couple more gas reservoirs so we can pick up all of this natural gas. There's so much in here. I think that there'd just be a better idea to allow us to capture more and more, because right now it's not being picked up at all. because of how much everything's backed up. So, okay. Let's change all this to higher priority. This as well. Let's check on our star map. Oh, we're crossing rockets. Oh man, that sounds dangerous. At least the rover has stuff to do pretty much right away. On the way back from the water asteroid, we're going to grab another coffee mug if that's what's at this annihilated satellite. You know, we can get an artifact after a period of time of when we've collected it last, so we're just going to grab one from the annihilated satellite on our way home. Okay, invalid construction location. Yes, I know. That's why we're building this stuff here. Okay, so we're going to go up and then up and over. I lied. What we will do is go up. There we go. That's just going to give us a nice way of easily changing how it goes, providing a lot of extra room for all this natural gas. Okay, did we add more of this super coolant? I think we did, but I don't think we got everything yet, did we? No. Let's add it as a higher priority. We haven't even touched enough of it yet at all, but I think this will be plenty. Okay. So while that's working, let's go down here and I know. Dom, you use ladders too much. I know. But what we're going to do is break open all of these, grab all these materials, and it gives something, it gives the duplicants something to do, right? Steve. Good job, Steve. Somebody save Steve. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now we shouldn't get stuck. Hopefully. Let's put a higher priority on all of this. I don't want anybody to get stuck. There we go. I say that as we almost get Bonnie stuck up in the area there. Okay, great. Did we pick up more of the super coolant yet? Okay, we picked up 200 kilograms. Let's take a look at our plumbing. So that's a little bit better, right? Definitely a lot better than it was. There we go. We're going to continue with our loop, and hopefully we'll see some drastic changes. The super coolant's at 0 degrees right now on some of these. It's going to get a little bit warmer since some of that was sitting there. Yeah, 4, 6, 16. Yeah, this is all from the extra super coolant that we're putting in. But I think we're well on our way to being completely done sending the super coolant over. 3,900. Awesome. So our first area for the super coolant is going to be up here. We did some of the plumbing already. But we need to do more, right? We need to check our plumbing. Let's do some more insulated pipe. We need to go through here on both of these, probably up. And then we want to put the radiant cooling pipe underneath. So not here, but here. Because in almost every single build that I have seen so far for this sort of thing, I think I have seen they put a drip of super coolant here on this row, and then like as in like the liquid here. So we're gonna need to have probably like that behind here. And then that keeps the steam turbines cold, and then you have your radiant liquid pipe in that liquid, or just in the same tile as that liquid, and then that helps keep all of that cold. Since they are in a vacuum, then you don't have to worry about it getting overheated when it's presented in this manner. So I think it matters if it's, you use supercoolant in this instance. You don't want to use anything else because supercoolant cannot freeze. So that's probably the best option in this scenario. Okay, if we look at this, we will probably go down, and this will be, this loop will be the one down here. This loop is going to be the one here. So I'm just going to do a tentative go straight across to that. It's not going to stay like this. We're going to change it, but this is similar to how we want it set up, because we don't want to have this line crossing over this one to get up here. We're going to try and make this efficient, and we're going to try and make it nice and simple. We'll need to move the interplanetary launcher though. That's going to have to be moved like on the other side over here or over here. But that's okay. That's an easy fix. Or we can go even further. We'll make that decision later on though. Let's take a look at our piping. Okay, supercoolant has been pretty much filled up. Did we grab all of it? We did. We grabbed all of it. Toilets. Why are toilets an issue? Let's go down to our toilets. They should not be. Somebody's stuck. That is what the issue is. Come on, Nisbet, wake up from your nap. There you go. Now drop. Whee! Yeah, now get out of there and then go to the bathroom. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Where do we have to go? Down, over, and up. Oh my gosh, that is so close. I have to say, that's a pucker moment right there, everybody. A whoosh. Thankfully, go over here and... Whew, man. Scary. But we did it. Saved Nisbet. So we're back. Well, that's what happens when you fall asleep. Alright, let's go back to our other asteroid. Alright, we did pick up all the supercoolant, so I think the loop has been fully... Let's follow it around. Pause, down and around and over, up and down and up and over and in here. Everything's at 8.5 degrees, so this will be a good location for the temperature to stabilize, right? As it continues to cool down. I don't think this water will evaporate very often, not until this sulfur geyser starts to actually start erupting again. So the next step that I want to do here is, what do we want to do? Rocket is in orbit. Before we continue that, let's get our rover in place. Deploy the rover here. Okay. We don't have anything in the cargo, I don't think. Status. Nothing in there. Doesn't really tell us if there's anything. That's fine. Let's change our destination. We're gonna go back here. Okay, let's go back to this asteroid. So what we're gonna do here is a couple of things. First of being, we need to use steel on a couple of, well, I don't know if we'll need steel now that we have a cooling loop. So let's just do a auto sweeper. I'm just gonna make it out of iron. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, we don't need this water bottle anymore, or bottle emptier. So we're going to use this to pick up the sulfur after it turns into a solid, right? And then that's going to allow us to easily send that up here, right? So let's get this ready. Let's go down and over, probably to here. Conveyor loader will be set up. We can do, let's use copper ore, 1, 2, and that's gonna, actually, no, don't put it on the main line. Let's put it on this one. Might as well, since it's right here. No, don't use steel. We'll just use iron. There you go. Okay. That looks great. So much oil backed up over here. Which is pretty nice, actually. Alright, that's going to give us an easy way to pull up all of the sulfur when it's done. Overpressure, dormant. So if we sent a researcher here, then we can get rid of this little icon. It is bothering me a little bit, but honestly, I think I'm okay. Let's look at radiation. If we built the radiation lamp, we would use, really doesn't matter too much. I'd probably just use iron. We would put it here. Let's just get ready for that. Put that there and there. We're not going to use it right away, but at least we can prepare for it. Okay, let's look at our water asteroid. Make sure the rover is doing what we want it to do, which it looks like it is. Okay, we're going to make this even taller. Yep. So that way all of this can get made into water. For some reason all of the water is getting pushed down, which I still have no idea why it's doing that. I just find it very entertaining and interesting to see. Okay, let's pick up all of that. We will probably put water, or not water, we'll probably put another layer of this here. Like, look at that, it's just going up. Let's make this stuff right here, these two, the more important priority, and then also we'll go down here. Perfect. All right, let's look at our star map. Apollo's almost at the asteroid field. Calypso's almost at the annihilated satellite, just grabbing the artifact and then coming home. Okay, we're gonna check this asteroid out, see how everything down here went. Okay, we can now get rid of all of that, and then let's pick up all these resources, which just makes sense to me. What do we got? A pipsqueak. Why not? We wanted another pipsqueak, so let's wrangle the pipsqueak, and then that should be enough, hopefully enough dirt to take care of our fertilizer needs. What we are going to do next is we are going to provide a liquid output in this fashion, and we are going to send that this way and then up and over. So what we're doing here is providing polluted water from the bathrooms directly into the fertilizers. We have 16 duplicants here, so 18 if you count the 2 that are in space right now. So with that, it should be plenty of water to keep the fertilizer synthesizers going. Now, my only concern now that I didn't take into effect is the temperature. So what we might do to keep the temperature of the fertilizer synthesizers down, we're gonna go up. We're gonna put a little, just one cobalt here, one cobalt here, one gold, one gold. We'll connect them up. We'll do insulated pipe again, and then we're just gonna use granite since we don't need to worry about using anything else, and we'll connect it up like so. And by doing this, we'll at least keep the area cold enough that it won't matter. We aren't gonna mess with the, well, we might have to. Now that I think about it, we might have to. Let's do this. Let's grab ventilation, we'll grab a gas pump, we'll make it out of gold, put it here. We aren't going to power it right away. What we're gonna do is add an automation wire, and where is probably right here. Hopefully they can reach that. If they can't, we are going to have to make a way. Let's do that for now. And then this is going to go straight over. So the reason that I'm going to create this is if it gets overpressured with the natural gas inside of here, I don't want it to do that, obviously. So I would rather have the capability of pumping it out into space instead of what we have right now. This is going to be phosphorate. Okay. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to change the route that we have of this going like up here. So what is coming out of here? This does not have a designated output. That's got the egg. That's got eggs. Let's pause and just take a peek. Let's do conveyor output. So if we choose filter phosphorate, it's going to go over all the way and then it stops. Okay. So 2 things need to happen. Number 1, we need to get rid of this line. There's nothing there. We don't need it anymore. Number 2, we take this line and we go down, over, and then over, down, and then over, and then we just drop it off right there. As long as it's within this vicinity, we should be fine. We need a bridge. Let's do a shipping bridge. Just like so. Okay. And this is fine for a couple of reasons. We need phosphorate down here because we need it for all of the plants. And this is still a closer location. We may change this to like a smart storage and then turn the vent off. I think we can do that, right? Let's look at automation. Yeah. So if we did a smart storage, we can turn this vent off via the smart storage and then have the rest of it go here and drop it off in this storage, at the storage bin instead. So let's do that while we're already making these changes. So we want another one to go here. Again, this is for the pepper bread, right? So yeah, I don't need it to go over and up. Just go up, over, and then what we do is change this. Let's deconstruct it. Yeah, that's exactly what I think the best way to handle this is. Let's go back over here, check out what's going on. Unpause. We need some more food here, so I think... Let's take a peek at... Okay, we got pickled meal, we got that. We have some... We don't have any automation with these, so we might change that in a moment. Let's finish these up. Okay. And we don't want to send stuff manually, that just adds an extra task. Now that we have sort of figured out a lot of everything else, let's look at our temperature. Wow, look at that. It's really starting to get cold in this area. Alright, so what I want to do next is I want to change this to -4. So I know super coolant is probably overkill here because we're not going to need it in this situation. It probably would be just okay using polluted water, but we had the super coolant. Number one, I wanted to see it in action on something as simple as this type of system, and number two, if we ever decide to expand and change it to something else, we can, right? We can use this system for something else and then change it later on. So that's currently why I think that this is fine. I'm not too concerned about being, you know, having that be overkill for that reason. So, plus it was just nice to be able to use super coolant since we had it, right? Nobody should be bored. We should be fine, right? Everybody should be fine. Okay, so one of the next things that I got rid of before because I didn't think it was necessary was the internal transit tube. So we had an internal inside the base and an external one. So I think having an external one or an internal one again would be very helpful, so we're not running all over the place to get to each location. So if we have a transit tube before each Atmosuit dock location, I'm thinking here because that's a good medium between this one and this one. So one transit tube, two probably here because of this hot mess, two here, three here, four-ish. I'll probably have to move these over and then put it here. So that'd be four, and then maybe one that just drops them off next to the bathroom, like right here, or even right here. Probably right here would be easier, but everybody kind of gets the idea. And something else that I'm thinking of doing, let's actually, who's in this bed? Dom's in that bed. We'll put Dom in that one, and then let's get rid of this entire bedroom. We're never gonna have all the duplicants here at the same time unless we absolutely have to. So we're just gonna open this up so we have access from one section to the next. There's not a reason to keep them separated. Phosphorate. Okay, so we got rid of the other one. Let's change this back to Smart Bin. You know, let's use the Frosty Planet pack because we want to be cool. Okay, and then we're going to need an automated wire. So what does it do? Sends a green signal when full, otherwise it sends a red signal. Okay, so in order for this to work, we need a NOT gate. So the reason we need a NOT gate is we want it flipped, right? We want it to send a green signal when it's red instead of a green signal when it's empty. I think. Let me read that again, just to make sure I'm doing this right. Sends a green signal when it's full, otherwise it sends a red signal. So yes, we want to send a green signal when it's not full. So to do that, we need a NOT gate. Just make sure that I was reading that properly. So go here, up. Yeah, I think I'm going to change that a little bit. We're just going to move it over 1 to make it look nicer. Aesthetics, everyone. Aesthetics just makes everything look a lot nicer. There we go. Okay, so it'll be green when it's not full, and then red when it is full. Perfect. So this gives them a ton of stuff to do. We need to start building this outright. Let's look at the power requirements. 960, so we can have 2 per large power transformer. Wow. Potential load of 44.75. Okay. So we may need to make some adjustments here. I think it might be a good idea to separate another power line just for that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not really overly concerned. Okay, other rocket has made it, so let's go change our destination to back home. How are we doing over here, Apollo? Pretty good. We're almost halfway done. How many tiles? Range is 1. So, or 11. So if we went here, that's 11. That's 9 out of 11. We could probably grab the artifact from here if we wanted to, which we might do. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we could do that if we really wanted to. A little disconcerting on the type of, you know, making it exactly 11 tiles, but... Right. Let's look at our temperature. How's it going around here? Looking great. Let's pick up all the stuff in here. Okay. That's good, that's good. How's this looking over here? Everything over here is pretty cool. Not cool, but cool, right? Battery issues. Yeah, I know, it's because we added another thermo aqua tuner setup here. But keeping these running should hopefully help with the power. We could add another petroleum generator if we wanted to. It doesn't really work right here, but we could put it right next to that. Just a thought. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll just keep an eye on it for now. Oh, look at them. They're having a grand old time getting all this stuff completed. All right, the storage bin is going to need phosphorate. Right? Sending a red signal right now because it doesn't. We don't have the NOT gate. Where's this water going? Down over, and it is supplementing this one. Okay, good. We're doing well. We are doing very, very well. Let's take this and go down. We can get rid of you, and you. Yeah, that should be perfect. Okay, that volcano is dormant at the moment. I love this heat injector. Let's just pause this and take a look. Look at that. The insulated tiles that we are cooling down is keeping the heat at bay, right? All of this was way hotter before, and with this simple setup that we have, it is keeping all of that nice and cold, so that way the heat does not transfer where we do not want it to. So that has worked out really nicely. to keep the heat at bay. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Because all this was super hot before. Like if you look at the temperature of these, the polluted dirt was really hot before. The obsidian was close to 500 degrees. So it did take a little bit of time to cool down, but this really helped that situation out by cooling it down entirely. I'm pleasantly surprised about that. And it took a minute, but it worked. Worked out just fine. Okay. We may end up dealing with this minor volcano since it's dormant. Probably not right now, but in the not so distant future. I know I say that a lot, but I don't want to force them to work on too many projects at the same time. We're already starting to do this up here with the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. I don't want to have this going and then have a project down there and then have a project over here. Everybody understands that, I think, so don't need to go further with that. Okay, let's continue to remove some ladders here. They could probably reach all of these from the ones below. Yeah, that's a little overkill on the ladders. We still have some sleet wheat. That's good. I didn't know we were still growing a bunch over there. I thought we were having some issues, but it doesn't look like it. Let's copy the settings here. Put it all the way across the board. So yeah, what are your thoughts? How do you think this asteroid series is going? Or not asteroid, but this entire achievement series. You know, is there any questions that I haven't answered? Is there anything that I've done or anything that needs to be addressed? I know a lot of the stuff that I have done might not be conventional in most circumstances, but you know, for the most part, I think that we have gotten at a really, really good flow of things. Trapped. Who is trapped? Okay, Nisbet. Whee! Now you're not trapped anymore. See, that wasn't hard. Made a mess. What? What? Why is there... Oh, it did it again. Well, that's not good. We're gonna do the quick trick here. Yep, that'll be quick, and then they'll be able to use the restroom again. We'll probably have a couple more messes, but that's okay. It's partially because we don't have the fertilizer set up yet. Okay, we need to get these made unreachable. Okay, let's get a ladder in here. No, ladder. Why is that required? Unreachable. Is that because we don't open and close? It is because we don't open and close. Okay. So here's what we'll do instead. We will do this. See if they can build that. The only reason I don't want to open and close this room, I don't want to deal with that. Oh. That's why we have that issue. Let's move you here. That's going to be a higher priority, so we can get that out of town. We don't want it in the middle of the base. Actually, we could probably throw... one of these mesh tiles here, and then a bottle emptier here. Unreachable food. Well, you know, if you didn't go back and forth a million times, we probably wouldn't have this issue. Full bladder, low oxygen. Okay, well, should be fine. Just give it a moment and we'll be good. Okay, plumbing. So it's going up now first. When that is completely filled. Okay, yeah, we're sending out the polluted oxygen. All those are not done yet. Let's do a higher priority on that. How much steel do we have? 2,900. Okay, we're gonna see. I'm just curious. Okay, we need thermium, plastic, and brack wax. Okay, we don't have any of that except for plastic, so we will not be able to do plastium for a little bit. Okay, thermium. How do we make thermium? Thermium is 100 grams of thermium, or kilograms of thermium makes niobium, but tungsten and niobium make thermium. Okay. Okay, how do we make that? Alright, let's just click on tungsten for a moment. Why would we send tungsten to a plug slug? That just seems silly. Okay, so we're gonna need to figure out how to get some of the niobium. It's probably on an asteroid. If it's not an asteroid, then it's gonna be in one of these. Okay, we are ready to go back. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back home. We're okay. Let's leave that alone. Let's go to the top. Did we get another coffee mug? We did. Heck yeah. Awesome. Okay, and these are going now. No liquid output. Oh. I forgot the one liquid pipe right there. Not a terrible thing. I'm glad it worked like that though. Although, I think if we did this, and then we move it over up, that will solve our issue that we have right now of it not going down here. Yep, we'll have them fix that, and it should be fine. Alright, what else do we have going on? We have new printables. Let's take care of that really quick. Shouldn't take too long. Fried mushroom. We're going to do that on the other asteroid because we have 50,000 calories, so we need a little bit more. Okay. Let's take a look at our temperature now. Look at that. Super coolant is doing a great job. It is definitely... So here it's at -3.7, and then here it's about Okay, it's taken a degree difference or two, so that's pretty good. It might be better if we put it in the crude oil, like right here. You know, let's just test it out. Why not? We have the means to do so. So let's do that. Let's do a... What's the best option here? We have enough cobalt, so let's just do cobalt. Right? We're going to put it right there. Plumbing, radiant pipe. We're going to do cobalt again. We're going to go down and back up. Down. Up. Insulated pipe. We're going to use obsidian because we can. Okay. Yeah, that's just... I want to see if we can get this area even colder. I mean, if it's in the liquid, it's going to be better probably than using natural gas as the... And, you know, it's as the added option behind it. So let's continue over here. Let's take a look at... Oh, look, we did the coffee mug already, and it's already here. Let's get that on the office mug here. So our goal is to... This is just like my own personal goal, is to get 22 coffee mugs, one for each duplicant. So if we ever end up adding more duplicants, we are going to add more of these to... more of these pedestals until we have enough. We're going out there anyways, so 1, 2, 3. There we go. Be free, Paku, be free. Okay, let's get this done, please. They can reach it, so they shouldn't have any issues here. Alright, we have a nice cooldown period right here on the, in between the eruptions of the volcano, so we got rid of all of the, I think it was around 10 tons of, yeah, about 10 tons of igneous rock here. Let's take a look. Do we even, how much do we have? So we have 6.1 tons, okay. Our hatches are eating it, so it's kind of a renewable resource. Now, why did we not wrangle? This should be like 8 critters, yeah. I don't want any unhappy of these. That's just a terrible idea. Have unhappy oak shells. Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Radiation, yeah, I'm sure. Alright, how much power do those require? Only 60? That's it? Wow, okay. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. So if that's the case, we can add it to pretty much any of these that we want. It's just going to add a constant load to it instead of a temporary load. Only thing we don't have is uranium. Uranium, yep, none. So let's fix that. Let's go over here, change this to manual use. Before we do that, let's turn off everything. Uranium ore, allow manual use. We'll send a little bit over there. It's just nice how interchangeable going back and forth in between the asteroids it is. I was very, very pleasantly surprised about that. Okay, fertilizer. Okay, we are getting all of this here. How's the temperature? Okay, we didn't change this, so we go over. And then let's cut this pipe here and allow it to 1, 2, there we go. That way it keeps these nice and cold. We don't have to worry about anything happening to them. So there we have it. We have plenty of plenty of nice little systems here that are automated. Wait. What is going on here? Oh. I see. Alright, we need to fix this. We go here, and then... Yeah. We are having a little bit of an issue, but that's alright. We'll have that fixed up in no time. So that'll be a nice little loop for all of the fertilizer. Okay, looks great. Let's add some more super coolant to our molecular forge. Let's go up here, take a look at... All that is not getting completed for some reason. Probably because it's a lower priority, but that's okay. So if we go over, up, and down, we want to go... We'll go straight down here. We'll do the same thing on both of them. Okay. Except I think this one is going to need to be in line with this area here. So. But that is all we are going to do today, everybody. I think we have reached our hour-ish of the episode. Let me know if you think that that's a good time. I may end up playing with the timing and then do more of a quality over quantity on the videos. So what I might do is closer to an hour and a half, and then post a video on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Play around with it a little bit here and there so we can get some more interaction with having either a longer video and just more time in between posts. That way everybody has time to catch up, and just like I said, the quality I want to be way better than it currently is, and I think I could do that if I spend more time on the preparation and on everything else. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. We'll see how it goes in the next couple of days as we progress further into the weekend. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend if it's that time. We'll see you in the next video.